Today then, Ross, we are going to try a spectacular vintage of Glen Grant, bottled by the legendary Italian bottler Silvano Samaroli. This is a Glen Grant distilled in 1972, which is bloody ages ago.
That's cool.
Which is pretty great.
Yeah.
Glen Grant as a distillery, it's one, maybe not one of your favourites, but it's one you've always enjoyed, isn't it?
It's a distillery that in the last few years I've been drinking a lot more of their whiskey.
Okay.
Particularly kind of the core range 18, really fresh bourbon. I've been drinking, it's funny, I was drinking Glen Grant when I was last over in Italy as well, and I get it. It's great for a hotter climate, it's light, it's fresh. That's certainly the way they're marketing it now.
Yeah.
And then they released a 21-year-old last year, which had a bit more European oak influence, which also was delicious. So I think it's Malcolm Dennis is kind of...
He's a legend.
Yeah,
He's been there for 60 years.
A long time.
Yeah.
And the whiskey they produce is really special, I think, and only getting better. So it's one of those things, you're right, I like the kind of weird, unknown Glenburgies, Milton Duffs, but this does normally fit the same profile.
Yeah, I just find Glen Grant's always very elegant. And I think when you start on your whiskey journey, obviously you start with whiskies that are generally quite delicate and approachable, and then after a while you start to seek out the extremes of flavour. So either get really into smoke and peat and you love your Ardbegs and Lagavulins, or you sort of go the other way and you love the big sherry monsters like Tangier and Glendronach. I think it's so easy to sort of drift through that whiskey journey and overlook kind of very understated but beautiful
I'm totally with you. I think I've kind of come round and now I'm back at the kind of lighter balanced drams. This should be quite interesting because this is a Glen Grant 18-year-old from 72, but it's actually it's in sherry rather than bourbon. So I don't speak much Italian, but it says sherry on the back of the label, so that helps us out. And bottled, I think, let's have a little look. Not sure. It tells us 46%.
46%.
It's one of 240 bottles.
Wow.
So what an opportunity to try something like this.
You think, obviously it's been in the bottle a long time, there can't be many of these left at all.
I mean, we're talking maybe, it's hard to predict, but you've got to think, when it was bottled, it would have been for consumption, maybe less than 20, 30 bottles left in the world. Yeah. Cool to open it. I hope it's really tasty.
I hope it's great.
And I feel if it being Samaroli and being Glen Grant, it should be good.
I mean, you'd hope this would be Samaroli's bread and butter.
Yeah, so Glen Grant owned by Campari. It is the most popular single malt in Italy. Samaroli, starting in 1968, really put single cask whiskey into the Italian market, especially the highest level. So this should be bloody good.
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be great.
We've had a kind of mixed reaction to some of the old Samaroli bottlings we've opened so far.
Particularly the Speyside ones. We thought they've just been a bit flat, a bit safe.
A bit safe, yeah. The palates are just like what we want, whether it's to our style. And I think we've something we agree on. We want flavour. And a lot of the whiskies that we've opened, which again, have been in the bottle for 20, 30 years. Yeah. A lot of them have been really nondescript, safe whiskies for that Italian market. But I hope this is something a little bit different.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a bit of vibrancy and a bit of, you know, maybe not tropical fruits, but just something...
I think it'll be interesting trying it in sherry, considering it's from 72. You got to think of what the casks maybe would have been like. And let's hope that this... Is it a cork, this one a screw cap? We actually don't know. Hopefully it opens easily enough, because again, we've had loads of problems with these bottles. Well, we'll have to do... Nice one.
Go from the bottom. It is a cork.
It's never
Great
easy,
news.
right? Okay. It's coming off already.
Hold on. Let's try and do another one now. Oh.
Well in. Well done.
Work. Thank you very much.
Again, this is... people should definitely go and look at some of the videos that we've done with Samaroli bottlings. And we've had some real tough times with corks. So this is like... It puts us in a better mood already. I know I'm going to love the whiskey already.
I'm feeling quite proud of myself, actually. Getting that out in a water.
I'll pour this for you. So yeah, 1970s whiskey as well. What are we thinking? What are we expecting?
Yeah, I think it's...
Malt whiskey was only...
It's so easy to sort of fetishise, you know, whiskey that was distilled, you know, in the 70s, whatever. Think, oh, it's a different era and all this sort of thing. And I think the only thing that everybody will agree on is that at that time it was unpredictable. Yeah. I think in this day and age, whiskey is very... You know, there's like a formula you can follow. And it's always good. You don't really taste any bad whiskey these days.
It was 72, probably still predominantly a distillery that was going into a lot of blends.
Yeah.
Let's have a little smell. Do you get much sherry influence on the nose?
Maybe a touch, but it's not, doesn't dominate at all, which I think is a good thing for a spirit that's as kind of delicate and as nuanced as Glen Grant.
I think I'm with you. It's not been dominated by the sherry. It's got an almost kind of slight kind of pencil shaving note to it. Quite interesting because there's sweetness, but it doesn't shout out.
Would you say it's fresh?
I can't. I feel like it's.
I
fresh.
want it to be, but it's not.
No, it's fresher than I thought it would be, being in sherry. But there's a kind of woody, savoury note to the nose. I say pencil shavings. There's also almost kind of lead.
Okay.
Like it's a kind of really unusual note.
Pencils.
A kind of minerality. Like it's. Yeah, let's give it a go. Lovely texture.
Yeah. I really enjoy that, actually.
Yeah, the palate really delivers more sherry notes, baking spices, cinnamons, nutmegs.
It's just a really soft dram, isn't it?
The wood, the subtle wood in the background, but not bitter. It is something we've come across with a lot of really old bottlings, a kind of bitter wood or kind of wet cardboard finish.
Yeah.
Don't get that with this. This is a really pleasant drinker.
Yeah, quite a few like sort of soft fruits as well.
Definitely.
Very, very pleasant. Maybe a hint of sort of peach or something perhaps
Definitely,
in there.
100%. Yeah, the nose is quite mineral and quite closed, and a little savoury, but the palate more sherried, more classic Speyside, quite luxurious palate as well.
Yeah, really works up a strength, I think. And being able to try something this limited is a real treat. I think, you know, at the time, if word got out how tasty this was, you know, it wouldn't have been not a cheap purchase, but wouldn't have been an expensive purchase.
It was distilled 52 years ago. It's really awesome to get to try this. And having opened a lot of these old bottlings, this is one that has really delivered on the palate.
Yep.
So I don't feel bad for opening this. We know how much these old Samaroli bottlings go for on the secondary market.
Yeah.
But that's a delight.
Yeah, really, really good. I think presentation as well almost fits the character of the spirit. It's
100%.
kind of elegant and sort of minimalist, but kind of classy, well balanced.
It's a classy dram. I like, that's a nice way to put it. It's quite Moorish. But yeah, good presentation, great bottler, historic distillery, exactly what I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I think Glen Grant, as we said, very easy to overlook, particularly in the UK when you've got access to so many different single malts. I think it's one I'll be very keen to revisit, different expressions. I think those watching at home, if there's any spectacular Glen Grants they've had in the past, they feel we should open, by all means get in touch. We'd love to.
It's one of those things that there is still a lot of old distillate from Glen Grant going around. I think.
Like some of the G&M.
I mean, I've been really lucky. I've tried quite a lot of old whiskey, but a lot of old whiskey can be totally knackered and really old, and the wood dominates. I've had some Gordon MacPhail bottlings from the 60s and the 1950s as well of Glen Grant that have still had lots of life to them and lots of fruitiness. And this is a 1970s bottling that delivers exactly what I wanted from it. Yeah. But yeah, old Glen Grant, fantabby-dozy.
Yeah, really good. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Real treat. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Bevvy content. We want to hear what you think, your best whiskey experiences, the whiskies you want us to try. It's a really exciting journey we're on, so make sure to join us. Download the Bevvy app on Google Play and App Store to keep track of your whiskey journey, connect with your whiskey friends, keep track of your favourites, anything you could ever want to do with whiskey, all in one place. It's the definitive whiskey companion.